It's gonna be a good day. Favorite song on replay.
It's Slxck.
Okay, Rell,
What up?
I got a quick question for you. And I feel like you'd be able to answer this question truthfully. Okay.
You know I can be nothing but honest.
That's true. That is true. So, my question to you is this. Let's say you have a significant other, right? You rocking with this person heavy, right? Both of y'all. And, some things come up in their life that they get sentenced to 5 years in prison. All right. It's 5 years. It's not like it's 10 or 25 to life. Not like that. 5 years. My question to you is this. Would you be able to still hold them down? Even if they got to spend 5 years?
Okay. Well, first off, I'm gonna say to the answer itself, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it also depends on how long I've been talking to this person and the chemistry that we have.
Okay.
So if our chemistry and history are strong enough to withstand you going to jail and having to be there for 5 years, possibly it could work. But on the other hand, it's just like if we just started talking or we just started communicating with each other,
Yeah.
no. That's a no, because I'm not going to put my life on pause and you just came into my life. I feel like it's very unfortunate that whatever situation that got you to those 5 years happened. That's unfortunate, but I'm not the one that made that decision. You did, knowing that that was a possible consequence.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like the reason that you're there also plays a factor. Now, if you went to jail for brutally beating a woman or something like that,
Yeah.
that's a definite no. If you killed somebody, that's probably a no for me, because if you can kill them, you probably, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You might get me next.
Even if it's
but,
self-defense?
that's a if.
Iffy. Okay.
It's a little if. If it's self-defense, yeah, but why did it get that far to where you had to let that person stop breathing?
Yeah.
Like I value everybody's life regardless of the situation, but just don't if you don't got to, please don't.
Yeah.
If there's a way to de-escalate a situation in the best way possible, do that first before you just go to the extreme. But yeah, I think it's possible to hold somebody down. Me personally, I probably wouldn't, but if I had the opportunity to, and me and my significant other were together for a while, yes, I'd probably hold them down. And it also probably would count it would factor in if we had children.
Yeah.
Because I want to be there for my children's father. And I feel like he's going to need my strength as well, because he's probably thinking about me and the kids at home. So if he's stressing out, I want his time to be as easy as possible. Because I know that's hard. I know it's probably hard for so many people that have a significant other in jail. I know that it's probably hard for some to stay faithful. Sad to say, but some to stay faithful. I probably wouldn't have a problem because I could do long distance relationships.
Yeah.
But not many people can. But yeah. What would you say?
Oh, okay. You said quite a bit. Let me see. For me, I think I'm leaning towards more of a no in that situation. Like I probably wouldn't be able to do it. Just simply through the fact that, let's say if this was me in this situation, right? Would the woman that I've chose to be with, will she be able to do that for 5 years? And I'm thinking, in my mind, personally, I feel like no. I feel like she'll probably last for like that good 2-3 years. But then it's
What
gonna be
type of women
some.
you picking?
I mean, the women I choose a lot of times, they're all really great women though. Like I can't really say anything bad about none of the women that I'm really with because of course, yes, is looks first, and then later on after that is the personality. And usually, they all have really great personalities, so I don't think that's the problem. I think, but the thing about it is though, they all are majority of the time they all are independent people just like me. So then they might start thinking to themselves like, "Wow, like why am I doing all this for somebody?" Especially, let's say, if I went to prison, like how you said the time, right? Let's say we was only together for let's say 6 months or something. Now they're gonna probably be like, okay, why am I still holding this man down? Now, the only time I would do that is if the midst of us being in a relationship, you show so much loyalty to me already. Then it's like, okay, this is how I'm gonna show my loyalty to you as well by just being there for you. Because it also just depends on the situation too. You know, depends on the accusations and everything, what they was convicted of. And it's just like, okay, but I know if I do this for them, when they come back, our love should be like this for sure. For sure. Because if you come back and then you start treating me like any type of way, it's just
gotta
like
beat you up.
I mean, I can't put my hands on women, but you know, I'm gonna be like, man, I just wasted 5 years, and that's what's gonna probably happen to a lot of people's mindsets anyway. They can be like, man, I'm thinking I'm wasting 5 years on somebody, right? And then you know, it really just depends too, because sometimes you know you can get 5 years, but maybe only have to serve 2, or
That
3.
also plays a factor
So,
too.
I mean, I'm gonna say most likely, if I'm really gonna be honest, you know, I gotta stay honest with y'all at all times. Like, most likely, probably not. Probably not. It just depends. Now, if it's like my wife or somebody, then yes, I'll hold them down for 5 years. You know, if it's been a significant other that I've been with for years and years and years, then yes. But if it's only been like 6 months, 8 months, anything worse is months, I'm gonna be like,
what if it's
I don't know.
like 11 months?
11 months. So you just want to take that 1 month off? Okay. If it's 11 months, I gotta figure out what all has been done during that 11 months. Like, have they been supporting me in my dreams this whole entire time in these 11 months? You know, have they done things for me just as much as I have done for them? You know, then in that situation, then they are probably like, okay, it depends. But then I kind of gotta go back on my word low key, because what if that person been doing that within 6 months? Ooh, I feel like it just depends on how much they rock with me before they got put away, sent away. So,
Gotcha.
but I think 9 times out of 10, I think I'm leaning more towards like no, because although I've talked to a lot of great women, it's rare that I had any that really supported me super duper heavy. Like, it's rare. Like they probably supported my dreams, things like that, but they didn't go above and beyond or whatever, or show like, okay, they might be like, oh, okay, congratulations. Oh yeah, you got this. You gonna make it somewhere. You gonna do this, you know. But it's rare that I had someone be like, yo, you know what? Let me go on and shout your stuff out on my page, or let me give you some ideas as well, things like that. Like those are the types where it's like, okay, if you go, I gotta ride with you because you was there for me. Because doing this type of stuff, especially in the media realm, is not the norm. I know I've said this 101 times. It's not the norm. So when you have a woman or even a man in your situation, real, like that rock with you and they support what you're doing, and they're not criticizing you for what you believe in, then it's like, okay, you gotta rock on it. It's kind of like
you can stay around.
Yeah, it's kind of like when you have those guys, they said they a rapper, right? And listen, I know. Listen. Please, just give my point right now. They are a rapper, right? And usually women look at like how you just look, right?
Yes.
But you got that one woman that literally like, baby, you gonna make it one day. I'm gonna support you. They passing out the flyers, they promoting him, doing all other stuff. And then when he becomes big, he's gonna look at her like, bro, she was with me the whole entire time. She was my ride or die the whole entire time. So I feel like it also just depends on how much loyalty and how much like support you got from that person. Yeah. If you didn't get that much love and that much support, then it's like, okay, I'm gonna still be there for you. I'm gonna still support you, but I gotta do my thing, you know.
Now you got me thinking. Like, also, I would say the type of person that I am, if the roles are flipped and I was the one to be incarcerated, I'm not a selfish person.
Mhm.
So me being me, I probably would be like, I'm going to do this time. I'm not saying hold yourself or save yourself for me,
Uh-huh.
but I'm gonna be away. And I understand that me being gone is gonna be hard.
Yeah.
So if you gotta do what you gotta do it. Don't sell yourself short because you're trying to wait on me to get out or
Yeah.
whatever. But I'm not saying go have a child with somebody. That's not what I'm saying at all. Because a lot of people will take it overboard and mix do what you gotta do with move on.
Yeah.
And that's kind of two totally different things. I guess it depends on the communication between you and that person. So if y'all could talk about it beforehand, do that, and y'all could come up with an understanding. But other than that, I'm still kind of sticking with, with that little idea.
I got you. I mean, I think if I was, you know, in prison, I think for me, because I'm not a selfish person either when it comes down to stuff like that. But I think mine would be more like, listen, be free more. Do your thing. You know, if someone happens to come around and they give you that love that I was giving you, I can't be mad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because at
that's
the end of the
not.
day, you got needs too. Because people don't also think about to themselves like that person that's holding them down
It's
is
going
they going
through
through it,
stuff. Yeah,
going through it, and it's just like
that's not easy.
yeah. Then they don't have the person that they love that they're rocking with because it's like man, they in prison. Then they could probably they process maybe a whole bunch of different things like okay, what is going on to them while they're in prison. Like are they okay? Are they safe? Things like that. And then you got to deal with outsiders that tell you, oh, you need to move on. Going on to your own life, and you trying to, you going back and forth with all these other things in your head. Like it's a lot too to process that. So I think if I was in that situation, I would even be like, listen, like live your life. If you find somebody, you find somebody. If you want to hold me down, you can hold me down. But whatever decision you choose, I'm not gonna be upset.
Yeah,
You
you
know.
can be because hey, y'all are apart for 5 years.
Yeah.
Even though 5 years don't seem like it's that long, a year is a long time.
Yeah. Most definitely. Most
It took
definitely.
us a long time to get to December. Well, November.
Yeah.
Well, December's coming up, but yeah.
Yeah.
It takes us a long time to get there. So I definitely wouldn't be upset.
Yeah.
That would just be a thing to talk about. Everybody's situation is probably gonna be different. Cause I know there are gonna be some that are gonna want to hold him down.
Yeah.
I don't think that holding him down would be. Or hold on, let's do this. What if you holding somebody down and he has like a side or she has like a side piece visiting him in jail or her in jail?
You know what? I'm going to answer that question. However, I want to answer that question because I want you to ask that question to our callers as well.
I got
Okay.
you.
So I think I'm going to call. Who I think I'm going to call for this one? Who will be perfect for this one? I think I'm going to call my girl Kyler for this. Shout out to everybody in Be More in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? Much love to y'all. So I'm going to call her and see what she got to say for
I want
this
to
one.
go to Baltimore. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, really?
I probably want to do a lot of traveling when I go. When I graduate.
Okay. I mean, Baltimore's not too bad of a place though, but everyone that I know from Baltimore feel like Baltimore just rules everything. You know how like you have DC and DC's not a part of a state, basically?
That's like
Baltimore thinks like that too.
That's like me being from Houston and Dallas people saying that Dallas is so much better and Houston is its own state.
Well, let me go on a call Kylie real quick.
Hello?
Kyler,
Yes. Yeah.
do you know who this is?
Yes.
Let me stop playing with you. What do you do, Kyler? This is your boy Slick the Don, host of the Glows Weekday podcast, also known as the People's Podcast. You're on the podcast right now, so do not incriminate yourself.
I'll try not to.
All right. You doing all right today?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I can't complain at all. You know, I'm on the podcast right now with my girl Rell.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah, so you know, we was talking about prison, relationships, things like that, right?
Mhm.
And I was like, you know what? Kyler would be a great person to ask this question to. So let's say you got a significant other, right? Y'all rocking, y'all good or whatever. But you know, the law catch up with them, right?
Right.
And now they're they're in prison for 5 years. It's not like it's 10 years, it's not like it's 25 to life, nothing like that, but it's 5 years. Would you still be able to hold them down?
I mean, like, in what way do you mean hold them down? Like, do you mean like still be in the relationship as if like they were here to hold them down, or like put money on their books and answer the phone and like do that sort of thing? Like, what do you?
I mean, really, like both,
All that.
like all that. Like you're still with them, like they still here. You're still putting money on their books. You supporting them. You just making sure that they good. Their their headspace is right while they're in prison.
I think it depends. Not gonna lie, I think it depends on the situation. Like, it depends on why they went to jail. Like, if he went to jail just doing dumb stuff, just being selfish, like that's something where I'm just like, maybe maybe that's God just working to remove people from my life. Like, maybe our stories are no longer supposed to be together. But like, if it was something like he did it like in an effort to help me or to save me or like to do something, if it was like, even if it was like I don't know. Even if it was like maybe scamming tax and stuff, I don't know if that's. I don't know. It gets down to like real subjects. Like, I don't. It would have to really, like, if he was a scammer, maybe. I mean, maybe if you was scamming for me, like if you was scamming for me and you just got caught up like scamming for me, then like, yeah, because I know that you can steal from jail, but let it be like something like, I don't know, something crazy, because people be crazy. Then I don't know if I can't, like, if you killing people, unless you killed them like for me, like in my defense or something, like I can't with that. Like the just like doing dumb stuff, like being reckless, because you got to think like with people like that, like if they're doing reckless stuff and they're not really thinking about even their own life, like how do you see yourself with them in the future? Because like they're not going to think about you at all if they really didn't think about themselves. So it's like, and 5 years is a long time. Like 10 years is a long time, but 5 years is also a very long time. Like, that's a long time. Like, that's a very long time. So I don't think I personally, but I have some friends that, they have people, but even then, I think I think girls, like, even if they do say that they're holding down a dude in jail, I never think that they're actually only holding down that dude in jail. Like,
Okay, say
that can't be
again.
real.
Yeah.
Like, that can't be a real thing. And it's not even just for like, the sex thing or whatever. I think it's literally like no girl is about to wait all day to be told that they're pretty until like 4 o'clock in the morning when they off a lockdown. Like, who's doing that? Like, a girl's she's eventually gonna lose interest, or like somebody's gonna catch her eye. Like, things happen. So like, I think it's a lot of the times like men expect a woman to kind of wait for them. I think.
Yes, I agree with that statement for
Yeah,
sure.
they expect that a lot. Like, and I think that's cute, and that's their prerogative. If you're in jail and that's what you need to get through your day, you got to think about me only being for you, then that's cool. Like, do what you need to do. But it really does depend. Like, say, like, what if I was like, am I married to the person? Like, if I was married to them, then yeah, I guess I have to, like, you know, be there for the person. But I think it really does come down to like what they did and why they did it. Like, if it was for selfish reasons and you weren't really thinking, like, then we don't need to really be together anymore, period.
Would you say that history with you and that person would have an impact as well? So if I was with somebody or if you were with someone for possibly 3 months, 6 months, a year. So with that, time have a factor for you?
I guess time does have. I think okay, so that's also another. You know what? No, time probably would have a because with time, of course, you're gonna get to know the person a little bit more, and I think like sometimes people do things that don't really make sense to you, and it's because you don't know them. So it's like if you were to know like them a little bit more, then you would get it. But it's like with some people, it's like it's some like relationships I think where the ones where you feel like I feel like I've known them for years and I've only known them for 6 months. Those are the most dangerous ones because it's like what do you like what there's you're not really thinking like I think you're looking at it through like rose colored glasses at that point because you're not really understanding the reality of it. Like
Yeah.
it's like it's like the honeymoon phase for real, and it's like
Right.
you're hanging on to that, but it's not that's not something that you can build off of a prison relationship. Like it just doesn't seem realistic for me. And honestly, kudos to women that do that. Like, but then even then, honestly, my one of my homegirls, she just found out that her dude is in jail calling other girls. Like after he gets off the phone with her, he going to ask her for money. He going to ask her to do this for him out there. Like stuff. Well,
Oh
I
man.
just don't get that. So it's
Whoa.
like I don't understand that either because it's like you don't know what's going on in there. So it's like it's just too much of a I don't know like what's going on. Like it's just too unstable, I think. I don't think time would really matter. No, because it's like it's just too unstable.
Nah, you
She
you
she kind of
she
touched on
said
my next question.
because she said everything. You know, because earlier before I called you, I said most likely I wouldn't hold that person down. Because 9 out of 10, if I was in prison, that woman probably wouldn't hold me down. That's what I
Right,
was
for
thinking for the
sure.
most part. And you really kind of just like clarified that with all the
You
things you
shouldn't
just said.
expect her to. Like that's the thing. I wouldn't
Yeah.
expect if I went to jail, I'm not expecting nobody to do that for me. Like if you're not my family, if you're not my dad or something, like you have no type of you are not obligated to hold me down in any respect. Like I got myself where I'm at. So it's like I'm there with myself. So I gotta just figure that out. Like it would be nice if I guess I had somebody, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking like I think that I don't know. And especially after like I don't know, hearing jail calls because I used to work at the state's attorney's office here in Baltimore County. So like I had to listen to a lot of jail calls and it was interesting because you hear so many like it's just like the dynamic of a jail relationship is just different. Like you talk about, hey, what you eat today? Oh, okay. Did anybody call for me? Oh, okay. Could you send me some pictures? Oh, okay. Can you post this on my Instagram? All right, I gotta get off the phone because the guards are coming. Like it's literally like 10-minute conversations about nothing. Like I feel like you don't even really know who you're talking to at that point. You're just kind of going through the motions. And like I said, very subjective. Like I said, I don't want to generalize all like prison relationships.
Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely something to think about. Like, what are you doing if you're stuck holding somebody that literally is going nowhere but cannot go anywhere? Like can't go anywhere with you. Like so you have to kind of put things on hold.
I,
And that in of itself something you would like say you had a huge opportunity somewhere like probably across the country
Mm-hmm.
and you chose to stay because they're there with you in that state. Like when they come back out, like you're gonna kind of resent them for making you, and then you're gonna resent yourself because what if things don't work out and you miss out on a huge opportunity chasing something that didn't even need to be dealt with? So it's just too many ways that could go wrong for real.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people that are in relationships like that where their significant other does end up in jail, I feel like everyone should sit down and have a conversation if they
Hmm.
can, or whenever that time comes and you can have that conversation, even if you can't get to them before they go inside, that conversation needs to happen because I know
For sure.
that's definitely hard. I know some can do
Yeah.
that, but mm-mm. You need to have that conversation and build that understanding so that y'all can be on the same page.
Hmm.
Yeah. And you asked you answered my follow up question. 'Cause my follow up
Right.
question was really going to be like, okay, what if the roles were reversed? But you already said, like you're not expecting somebody to be waiting there for you as well. I kind of feel like
Yeah.
even if you're expecting someone to wait for you, it almost is selfish, low key.
It
Yeah, that's
is.
very selfish.
It
Like that
is.
person could run into some of the best things of their life. Like that person could literally, like, not even talking about like romance, but like the fact that you would have to literally wait and adjust your schedule to being able to answer a call from someone who's in jail who's on a different kind of schedule. It's like you're already just limiting yourself. You're not even looking at everything around you. So like all day you're geeked about one like 10-minute phone call that about nothing, and then you wasted your whole day and you didn't even really meet anybody or do anything new or try anything new. It's like it just feels like the talk, I feel like that talk never really happens, and that's a big thing. I think that a lot of the times it's just assumed because nobody wants to hear, okay, yeah, so what's happening with us as soon as they get booked. Like, so it's like the girl is not gonna really say anything, and she's gonna want to be there for them,
Yeah.
and it's like, I get that, but I'm the type of girl where it's like, yes, I understand. Like, it's like
Yeah.
life happens. So like, it's like I'm gonna have to just be upfront and direct. Like, all right, stuff just got real, and here's my reality right here. Can we also talk about this? Because it's not much you can really do about their situation.
Yeah.
So you kind of talk about what you can control, and
Yeah.
you can control your mental. And even then, like they shouldn't want to be in the headspace of constantly worrying about what I'm doing outside or like who I'm seeing or like what I did all day. Like that's gonna definitely do something to them that's negative. So it's like all around, like maybe just pump the brakes until you figure out things after.
And like you're allowing your phone bill to go up because those jail calls,
Yes,
okay, they are
Ain't
not
cheap.
cheap,
Yeah.
it's no
especially
joke.
where you're at. Depending on
Mm-hmm.
which facility you're at, them prices going up.
For sure.
In 10 minutes
So
every day or
no,
every other day.
that
Especially,
adds up. And
especially,
gas is still going up. I'm
yeah.
like,
Man.
there's just a lot of fees. That's a bill. Like that relationship is in a bill, and I don't need more bills. So
Right. And just to
yeah.
think, what if y'all have kids? Then
Mm.
that's just like money going out of my kids' mouth because I have to
Mm-hmm.
listen to you calling me every
Now she
day.
not listening to the day. She not gonna call. She said we are not talking on the phone. They
Man,
gotta eat.
no, but Rell, you had a question earlier for me, and I think
She
she
kind
answered
of
it. About
answered it.
well, what was the question again? So I can answer it for you real quick.
So the question was if the person that you were talking to had another person that they were calling outside of jail. So if they had kind of like a side piece, or if that side person was coming to see them in jail and you don't know, how would you feel?
I mean,
What would you do?
if I don't know, then I won't. I'll be feeling the same that I always feel because I wouldn't know. But if I happen to find out, I'm
Yeah.
checking out the dudes, man. Yeah, I'm gone because at the end of the day, you have someone else. Your loyalty is big. That's what I keep saying. Like at the end of the day, the loyalty is gone because you already had somebody else. So if you
Mm-hmm.
like this person, you care for them, you letting them come and visit you, then I'm pretty sure they can just get all the responsibilities now, and I'm gone. That's my mindset
Mhm.
on it, though.
I would
But
be hurt if a guard said, "Oh, somebody just came to visit him." Hmm?
Mm-mm.
What you
yeah,
mean
No.
somebody just came to visit him?
And
exactly.
that's when you gotta act a fool and maybe get locked up, and then it's good for no one. So it's like, why would I put myself through that? That's embarrassing too. Like now I'm
Literally.
getting dragged on by somebody in jail. Like no, I'm
Yeah,
sorry, but no.
yeah. And Kyler, that's all I have for you. You want to shout anything out before you go?
Thank you guys. You can find me on Instagram at Kyler Delaney. There's only one of me, so definitely hit that follow button. But thank you guys so much.
Oh,
Thank
anytime.
you.
And also another question: would you like to be on the podcast again in the future? Because I definitely
I would
enjoyed your
definitely be down
conversation.
for that.
Okay,
Yeah, I
bad.
enjoyed it too. I would definitely be down for that.
Okay, bad. Okay, so I'm gonna let you go and thank you again. Okay. That was a great conversation.
That was.
Great conversation. She really answered all the questions before we even get a chance to really ask her the questions.
No, for
So that's a
real.
good thing, though. Definitely got to have her on again in the future. Hopefully one day as a sit down guest too, because I definitely enjoyed that
Yeah,
conversation.
she has good vibes.
Good vibes, and I didn't even know she worked in a what she say, a correctional
The
facility at one point. I think she said that.
She said the little county place or
Yeah,
whatever where they the calls go through.
Yeah.
So the little call center, I guess. That has to be really interesting to sit there and listen to inmates talking to their significant others or whoever on the phone.
Yeah.
I can only imagine the stuff that she hears.
I think she was trying to keep it PG on what she heard. What she said about the she said they were talking about like the pictures, posting things on Instagram. I know it's some other things that they probably be saying though.
Man.
Oh man, because I'm pretty sure they probably be having phone sex and everything too, and she got to listen to everything. She just didn't want to say it though, but listen, Kyler, I know that's probably what happened though. I understand. Right. She didn't want to relive it, but but no, that's the only caller I had. Rell, you gonna be the first person that I asked this question to.
What up?
Do you have a caller?
I do. I got somebody.
Okay.
One of my good friends. Mm-hmm. We gonna see.
Okay, let me get you on here too. Here you go.
Let's see if my boy gonna answer. Yeah. And I know he gonna give some good responses.
Okay. And what's his name?
His name is Will.
Okay. Shout out to Will.
He goes by Willie Wise, or his little project is called Will's Interlude. I don't know which one he goes by for real, but we got all those names. You ready?
So yeah, I'm ready. Whenever you're ready.
All right, here we go. Hey, Will. Hello.
Yeah.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Not much. You're on the Glorious Weekday podcast with myself, and then we have
Slxck the Don. What it do, Will?
What's going on? What's going on? Nice to speak with you, man.
You as well, man. You on the podcast right now, so do not incriminate yourself.
I got you.
That's good, man. You know, since Rell called you, I'm gonna let her ask you the question this time. I'm gonna let her lead.
All right. So my question for you is, if you had a significant other that got into some trouble with the laws and ended up having to go to jail for 5 years, would you be able to hold them down?
All right, I'm gonna answer this the real way to keep it 100.
Do what you gotta do.
Yeah. For the better, you can look at this response several different ways, but I'm gonna focus on myself. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna definitely let my partner, who got all these issues going on with the legal system, handle that. You got my support, but we ain't gonna be together.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
And why is that?
I think it's a logical approach, honestly. Behind bars, you gonna need some alone time with yourself to think about what's going on in your life. I don't think I can help with that. You know, I can help, but like, shoot, together, it ain't gonna work. 5 years. There's a lot gonna happen in 5 years.
But what if you and that person had some history? So let's say with time. What you say?
I said we're gonna make it circumstantial now, huh?
Yeah, we got to. So with a specific amount of time with that person make a difference for you?
Yeah, it will make a difference because then people consider how much you feel about the person and all that.
So about how much time would you say would count? 6 months, 11 months, 2 years.
Man,
my boy Will thinking. I understand, man. I understand.
I think, but like when you add circumstance, it could be anything. You could say yes, say no. It's like it really depends on the person. 2 years could mean nothing with somebody who really don't care about you, like for real. But then again, like you could meet somebody in 3 weeks and they ready to give you everything and they laugh.
Yeah, I was saying that earlier too. I was like, you possibly could meet somebody within 6 months, and then they show that loyalty and that love for you. So it really does depend, though. But I do have this question, Will. Let's say, for example, you just say, you're gonna let them deal with, their thought process in prison, better themselves, My question is this: what if you were the one that went to prison, right? And
All right.
now you had the significant other. Would you want them to hold you down, or would you have the same thought process on that?
I'm actually glad you asked that. That's a good question. And I'm gonna stick to it, man. I still feel the same way. Like for real. Like if I was behind bars, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna take that time to myself. I'm already knowing I'm gonna end up going through some more shit. Now, it's
Okay.
just like I wouldn't even want to burden nobody on the outside with the thought of me going through more things. Like I'm just handle my time with God. Really.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah,
answer.
that's a great answer. That's
That's a
definitely a
good
great
answer.
answer. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was saying this. I was saying like me personally, I wouldn't hold someone down just because I don't think they would hold me down if I was in the pen. But I also said this too. You know, it depends on how much loyalty they showed me before they left. You know, if they were supporting everything that I had going on and improving my life and bettering my life, then yeah, it might be a little different. But I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna hold them down for that 5 years because also they can get off on good behavior. You know, within 2 3 years they can be gone too. I mean, that's still quite a bit of time, but
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, I can kind of deal with that if I know that you actually had love and loyalty to me. I know I keep saying loyalty because that's the biggest thing out of everything is that loyalty, you
Yeah.
know, and
Right.
so and that support as well. If you've been supporting me, then it's like okay, I gotta support you in this situation. But if I ain't get
Yeah.
all that, then nah, I'm chucking up the deuce. I'm gone. And if I'm in that situation and I'm in prison, I'm not expecting them to even stay with me. I will hope that they actually find somebody that's good for them, you know, because I don't, you know,
Right.
it's a lot of stuff
Right.
they got to go through and
Yeah.
everything. It's a lot that's onto the mental as well because you're hearing things from your family probably telling you to stop, you know, rocking with me. Then you got me in here trying to talk to you because that's the only thing I got going that's making me happy. So now it's a lot of
Yeah.
stress going on in your life.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like they're too busy reaching out to home and not trying to figure out what they really need to settle with themselves
Mm-hmm.
first. So yeah, I also said that if it was me, I wouldn't be selfish about it because I feel like those that are incarcerated and the ones that are kind of begging in a way for that person to stay and be that confidant. Oh, look at that word. Be that confidant for them instead of just letting them go and living their life. That's just a very little selfish thing. Oh, I also
I wouldn't
said,
make it a requirement.
yeah, I would say that I make it a requirement to have that conversation with the person that you're talking to before you go
Exactly.
inside. Or once you're inside, those first few phone calls need to have a definite like, what are we doing? This is what's going on. I need to do this for myself, or I don't want you to hold yourself short because I'm here and you're there.
Mhm.
So yeah. Should I ask them
Okay.
the
You
other
my
question?
partner. What you going to jail for?
I feel like that's been
Like
everyone's like question too. I'm like,
you
what they
got
go to jail
you
for?
got too much going on to be dealing with me already. Like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We in a relationship.
Okay,
You got issues with the laws. Like no,
let's do this. What if it was a situation where she was kind of, I guess you can say, I don't want to say self defense for you, but in that situation, she was kind of trying to have your back. She got in trouble by doing some crazy stuff and she tried to make it seem like it was for you or you were the reason. Not saying that you were to blame, but she did that with you in mind. Like,
like she took the rap from me or something, or as
I
in
wouldn't
like
say take the rap, but it's
she
kind of
did
hard.
something in the like
Defense of
basically
you.
okay. Um, I wouldn't tell nobody to do that, but
Had to get a
still,
gunshot
I'm
on that one.
sticking with it. Sticking with it.
But what if it was
That
like a
was
personal choice?
yeah, like it's always gonna be personal. I don't think nobody goes to jail for anybody else, like in the grand scheme of things. Like you could say, yeah, I was doing this to keep them from going to jail, or it was actions behind this so that they will be fine. But at the end of the day, bro, you going to jail. So like, you know, like I'm not serving that time, bro. And I don't have no problem being a support system for you either. But as far as like boyfriend and girlfriend, bro, that shit dead. I'm not gonna lie. 5 years, damn. So, things can change in one day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You could be like you know, people be going through things, and then you may end up depressed, sitting behind you may not even want my support no more. You don't even want to see me no more.
Yeah.
Things like that could change. It could be different, like in a matter of seconds. But man, you know, I hate for it to be that way. Yeah, like you gotta be realistic. Like people don't really want to take the realistic approach. And it's always somewhat more harsh than what it sounds like. But you know, be realistic. Like, come on now. 5 years. I remember 5 years ago from today. No, I don't. Yeah. You don't remember what 5 years ago from today seems like.
Yeah.
You're not the same. You're not the same person. First of all, being institutionalized breaks down human character. Like, it's not gonna be the same person.
Okay.
I'm definitely. I gotta give him another gunshot for that one.
All right.
Yes. Speaking facts, man. Definitely. And did you have another question, Rell?
I did, but he's already like,
yeah, that's true.
All right, so let's do a what if.
All right, hypotheticals.
Yes, we gotta drop the hypotheticals because you already gave us your no answer. So hypothetically speaking, if you should I say you? It's kind of hard when a woman is in jail. That's crazy. Like, what did you do, girl? But say that you were in jail or your partner was in jail and you were supposed to be her support system and y'all were, you know, talking on a consistent basis, and then you come to find or you suspect that they are reaching out or communicating with someone else outside of jail, and y'all are supposed to be kind of working on things or doing things still the same like y'all used to, and you find out that she got another man putting money on her books or another man is calling her every day, how would you feel and what thought process would you go through with that?
I'm dipping. I'm gone. Let me tell you why. Because how did you establish a relationship with somebody else while you behind bars? It must be some prior relations. It has to be. I'm not falling for that shit. No. Yeah. That's not believable. If not, like, if that's the case, like you needed extra support, I kind of understand that. But if y'all like talking, like, come on now, where that come from?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then putting money, paying for sending them money and stuff.
Yeah. I'm gone. You got it, buddy.
No, man, but yeah, that's all we have for you, Will, man. I really do appreciate that. I love the conversation, man, for sure. I gotta have you on again in the future, man. I've said it to my other caller earlier, but I've had two really great callers today that I feel like I need to have in the future. I don't know if you'd be down for that though.
Oh yeah, we already talked about it.
Really?
Engagement.
Man. Okay. So you want to shout anything out before you go?
Shout out to the Slxck Fleet. That's me and a couple of artists who work together. We make music as well as The Garden. We got 2 albums coming out before the end of the year. Be on the lookout for that. One of them's called Major Leagues. The other one is The New Season. My artist name is Willanova, WILLYYNOVA. And I also have another alias with some older previous music under Will's Interlude, which is WILLYYS apostrophe interlude INTUDS. Almost pretty.
Okay. And the last question for you, man.
I got some long names.
Listen, I got one more question for you before you go, though.
All right, what's up?
You know, since you're an artist and everything, you cool with me playing a snippet of your song at the end of the podcast?
Man, play anything, bro. I got a good selection of music.
Bet. That's what
I
we're
got
gonna
them
do
pulled
then.
up in my phone.
We're gonna put up from
Do you have a favorite song that you like on there? We can play whichever is your favorite.
I just dropped a 2-pack of singles literally last week under Villanova. You can play either one of those, CTRL or Freddie Garcia.
Okay.
Got you.
Definitely do that. Well, Will, it was a pleasure talking to you, man. It was a pleasure. I definitely gotta have you on again, man. And I guess we'll talk to you later, man, in the future.
Thanks, Will.
And appreciate that love. Absolutely. Y'all be blessed.
Are you as well?
Later, Will.
All right.
Okay, that was another great conversation. Guys, I know I said earlier that I was gonna try to make sure we don't have a really long episode. I already know right now we probably close to the hour mark already. Yeah. My brother, he looking like, oh boy, y'all talking, but that's all we have for this segment. We're gonna go on and wrap this one up, okay? Yeah. And we're gonna go to the next segment, one of the funnier segments, which is Tell Me Why.
Power in the mind and its divinity. With the Trinity, I stay connected like the industry, but keep serenity. Melody just be my remedy. Hope they remember me. Through the bull, stick beside the bill just like I'm Hillary. Lot of niggas ain't gon' listen, but I hope they feeling me. Cause I can't lose it, get it back and spit it off so willingly. Willie G, what's the motive? I cock and load it off emotion. Simile split between the curve, I'm slicker than some lotion. At the crack of dawn, I'm whipping up some evil potion to get the motion. It's not about the money, it's all about the devotion. Carry the message, I don't care about no promotion.